Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing Looking for Alaska by John Green, and it's the third book that I've read of him, and I feel like it's like a series that I'm doing of like reviewing every third book of that author. The last was of Priti Shenoy, but it's not technically his third book, it's the third book that I have read of John Green. The first was Turtle All the Way Down, and if you haven't checked that review out, please go check it out. I love that video of mine. Second was The Fault in Our Stars. I don't want to rush that video because it was such a beautiful book. Don't want to like rush that review, so I'm gonna review it later. Talking about this book, Looking for Alaska, I remember I read this book back in July, and I decided that I would not review it because the story behind it is like very personal to me. Well, there was a quote in The Fault in Our Stars. I don't remember it exactly, but Hazel had a connection with this book called An Imperial Infection. It wasn't even that the book was so great or something that it made her feel incredible and was a really amazing book, but it's just the way it made her feel was really sacred. And there are some books that you just don't want to share to the world, you just want to keep it and you just want to be like that it's your secret and you don't want to share it to anyone. So that is what this book meant to me, but here I am reviewing it because I thought it was kind of unfair. So yeah, I guess let's get started, and make sure you stick around till the end because I'm gonna telling you the 3 reasons why you should read this book. Like in the previous video, I thought it was a really great thing कि मैं एकदम लाइन में बोल रही थी कि 3 reasons क्या है. So first, let me say why I not decided to review it. मतलब क्या था मेरा reason. So like I said, I read this back in July, and well, I was dealing with something really bad, heartbreak to be specific. I don't want to exaggerate that. So I was laying in bed for 2-3 days, like 2 days maximum. I had a fever and my condition was very bad. I was listening Hold On and I was crying and nothing was able to cheer me up. Not even when I was watching Friends, I was not feeling that kind of comfort. So yeah, whenever that happens, I know that something bad has happened. Like they say, books are your best friends, especially for me, it's that case. The thing is that I actually had faith in John Green because उस time पे Turtles All the Way Down मैंने कुछ दिन पहले ही पढ़ा था. I thought that this guy, this author could make me feel something, and I'm so happy that I read it because I still remember it was 9:30 something in the night and मैंने अपने छोटे फोन का टॉर्च लिया. I read this book, I finished the first half. Few moments back, I was listening to 13 Reasons Why songs and I was crying, and then I was laughing so hard. I did not thought that a book would be able to change my mood so much, man. I mean, just imagine that thing. So yeah, that was my reason and why I'm going to be telling you in this video. So the first would be, of course, the writing that I always say. So there are many moments in this book. First of all, even if you are an adult and you want to read this book, I cannot recommend you enough, because remember when you watch something hostel related or school related, you feel that kind of nostalgia. That is what exactly happens in this book. It will take you back in your days when you were in school, or when you had a girlfriend, when you had a crush on someone. Seriously, it's something like that. And the second would be, even if you are a teenager, तो वही सवाल ही नहीं है, आपको ये book उठानी और पढ़नी है, because you cannot relate more to this book if you are a teenager. Just read this book. I cannot recommend you enough. तो मैं आपको तो लालच देती हूँ why you should read this. मैंने अपनी सितंबर वाली वीडियो में बताया था that there are 2 moments in this book that just stole my heart, and that was the best thing in this book. So the first is Barn Night. The main character's name, wow, मैंने main characters के बारे में बताया ही नहीं. The main character's name is Miles Harter, and इस पूरे book में he has known as Pudge because वो जैसे ही जाता है उसको एक nickname मिलता है. So yeah, remember that. So he was a kind of an introvert and उसको कोई नहीं जाता था उसके life में, and he wanted to seek that great perhaps, and that was like the best line that I thought कि we all are trying to seek that great perhaps, all want something great to happen. We are just like dreaming about it, right? So that is what Pudge wants, and he goes to the boarding school his dad went to, which name is the Culver Creek, and it changed his whole life because it's where he meets the love of his life. जो उसको लगता है the love of his life है. Her name is Alaska, who is also the main character. Well, oh my god, I just love every character in this book. First of all, just let me say that. And the thing is that John Green's characters are the most realistic and interesting ones. So the first moment I'm gonna be telling you about is the barn night. So Takumi, Lara, Pudge, the Colonel, and Alaska, these 5 are really good friends, and they decide that they wanna prank their campus. In order to prank their campus, they have to go off it. उनको थोड़ा दूर जाना पड़ता पड़ता है. So what they do is that they find a barn and they decide that they will stay there for a night and a half. They get everything from sleeping bags to drinks, beers and cigarettes, everything like that. And oh my god, it's such a beautiful moment. I'm seriously spoiling the scene right now because मुझे नहीं आता बताना, but it was the best moment on this book and it's not something really amazing कि कुछ ज़्यादा ही अच्छा हो रहा है. It's just that they are chatting and laughing, drinking, smoking, but the conversations that they have are just like they have the worth of million crores or something. The second would be that Alaska for once decides that she doesn't want to go home for Thanksgiving and she asks Pudge to stay at their campus and to not go home. Of course Pudge is in love with Alaska, so he says yes. Just imagine that scene that you with your crush are alone in the campus. कितनी सारी possibilities है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. There is a scene when they rob a hostel room of some guy, beer वगैरह चुराते हैं वो लोग, and they go to the playground, they lay there and Alaska is reading a book to Pudge and it's just beautiful. I mean, oh my god, I can't describe that. Alaska was reading the book and they were stargazing, they were drinking and making out वगैरह नहीं था, but it was so pure, so sacred, so close to my heart. I mean, मुझसे नहीं बताया जा रहा. For me, this book was like a warm hug and I also believe एक perfect time होता है book reading का, तो मेरे लिए वो था ये. It's not like always आपको ऐसा मिलेगा, but for me it felt like a warm hug and I have no words to describe how much this book made me feel or what it made me feel. I mean, it's just so close to my heart. I don't know. So let me say the second reason why I connected to this book so much is that I think John Green understands the feelings of teenagers. He has like wrote 3 books and मुझे लगता है और भी books लिखी हैं teenagers पे. And I mean, we as teenagers, we are never, taken seriously. When we say that we have mental issues, when we say that we are dealing with anxiety or depression, adults never take us seriously. But in this book, when in the barn night, they were playing games. So Alaska has invented this game called Worst Days and the Best Days. उसमें तुम अपना सबसे बुरा दिन और अच्छा दिन बताते हो. तो when it was the place of the colonel, he says that उसका best day अभी तक आया नहीं है, but उसका best day तब आएगा जब he will be in a car with her mom and he will open that door for her and there's a beautiful apartment and he will hand her the keys and he will say that, Mom, this house is yours. That was the first time that this book made me teared up. It's because that I dream of something like that and I'm so sure that each and one of us has dreamed about this, right? That moment was so beautiful for me and I was imagining something like that inside my head. ये हम सब का सपना है, right? To make them proud that जो भी उन्होंने हमारे लिए किया है वो worth it था. हम इतने निकम्मे नहीं है, हम जरूर अपने लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ करेंगे जो अपने पेरेंट्स को प्राउड फील करा सके. So that moment was so amazing and it inspired me so much and I never thought कि ऐसा कुछ हो भी सकता है. It was a sign कि हम teenagers को इतना immature दिखाते हैं ना books में और real life में हम उतने नहीं हैं. I mean, we are just as messed up and just as mature as everyone else. And if you also think that, please give this video a thumbs up. Well, the third thing that I would say is that John Green is always famous for his quotes. Pages को fold कर रखे हैं. So many pages. I also have a bookmark here. It's so cute. And these are also my arts. This is the work of my brother. मतलब मेरा है, but it was his idea to show my paintings. So yeah, hats off to him. And if you like these, please go check out my art Instagram page. It's art by Sakina2707. If you like these, I'm sure you will like them too. So coming off to this, like I was saying कि मैंने इतने बार इस pages को fold कर रखा. देखो यहाँ fold कर रखा है, यहाँ fold कर रखा है, because there are so many quotes in this book and I was regretting that I did not have a pen. So yeah, just take a pen and read this book. John Green is seriously one of the best authors that I've read and I'm sure कि मतलब हमेशा वो मेरे favorite रहेंगे. तो जो मुझे बुरा लगा, जो और अच्छा हो सकता था, was that the second half of this book could have turned into a mysterious like suspense or murder or something, but उतना नहीं कर पाया John Green. But I am still so proud of him because the first half was like amazing. I would like, अगर first half को अगर star देना हो ना, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. मतलब एक भी मोमेंट मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगा कि exaggerate किया या कुछ ऐसा वैसा किया है, because it was so to the point, it was top notch amazing, I would say. तो या अगर first half को अगर मुझे star देना होता तो मैं 5 out of 5 देती and you would laugh your ass out, trust me. इतना मजेदार है और this book is like a nostalgia and it's also like if you are a teenager you will live your moments, because everything in this book a teenager has done, मतलब या तो कर रखा है या तो तुमने सोच रखा है करने का, मतलब तुम बहुत रिलेट करोगे अगर तुम टीनेजर हो. एंड जस्ट सच अ अमेजिंग प्लेस टू बी इन. सो यार फर्स्ट हाफ को देना होता तो मैं थम्स अप जरूर देती. इट वाज जस्ट टॉप नॉच अमेजिंग लाइक आई सेड. तो द सेकेंड हाफ को अगर देना हो तो आई वुड से दैट 3.5 स्टार्स. एंड जस्टिफिकेशन मिल गया था मुझे, बिकॉज इन द लास्ट ऑफ दिस बुक जॉन ग्रीन सेज दैट सम मिस्ट्रीज आर जस्ट नॉट मेंट टू बी सॉल्व्ड, एंड आई थॉट इट वाज सो ट्रू. मतलब मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा ये, बिकॉज सम थिंग्स यू नो आर जस्ट मेंट टू बी. वो तो हो चुका है ना, अगर आप उससे सच निकालने की कोशिश करोगे आपको फिर भी हर्ट ही फील होगा, तो उससे अच्छा रहने दो उस चीज को. तो दैट वाज समथिंग दैट आई थॉट वाज स्टिल गुड. आई मीन या आई वाज रियली सैड कि एक मिस्ट्री होती है इस बुक में जो सॉल्व नहीं की गई, और आपको इरिटेशन तो जरूर होगी, ट्रस्ट मी, बिकॉज आपको इंटरेस्ट जरूर आएगा कि यार ऐसा कैसे कर सकती है अलास्का, क्या हो गया ये. आई डोंट नो हाउ टू बिल्ड सस्पेंस एंड आई हैव सेड दिस इन माय प्रीवियस वीडियो. आई डोंट नो व्हाई आई एम रिपीटिंग माय लाइंस, बट व्हाट आई मीन इज दैट seriously Alaska does something in this book which is like very messed up, and we all wanted reasons of why Alaska did that, but John Green didn't give us that. And like I said, it's his first novel यार. first novel लगती भी नहीं है ये, मतलब इतना मजेदार था ना ये बुक मेरे लिए. I will remember that night for my whole life. And like I said, I was dealing with a heartbreak, and even friends was not able to cheer me up, and I thought, oh, what is the great way to cheer me up? I thought maybe I could read this book. It was one of the best decisions I've made. I'm pretty sure about that. So if you are thinking कि अगर आपको ये बुक पढ़ने के लिए heartbreak की जरूरत है, नहीं. It's just for me this moment felt very very amazing, और इसीलिए मुझे लगता है मैं इस बुक के साथ और कनेक्ट कर पाई. But I'm not sure that it's going to happen with you too. But I'm really really sure that you will love this book. The moment जब पज और अलास्का कैंपस में अकेले होते हैं, वो लोग बियर चुराते हैं, फिर उसके बाद प्लेग्राउंड में जाके बस they are laying in grass, they are watching the stars, they are watching the sky, and they are just talking to each other. Alaska is reading a book to Paj, and such a beautiful moment, man. I mean, वाओ, इतना अच्छा मुझे नहीं लगता कोई डिस्क्राइब कर पाता जितना जॉन ग्रीन ने किया है. सो या हैट्स ऑफ टू हिम. मतलब द मोमेंट्स डिस्क्राइब्ड इन दिस बुक आर जस्ट प्राइसलेस. इफ यू वांट टू रीड समथिंग दैट विल चीयर यू अप, लाइट हार्टेड बुक है, आपको ज्यादा बुरा फील नहीं होगा और आपको बहुत हंसी आने वाली है. आई मीन देयर वर 3 to 5 सीन्स वेयर आई वाज लाफिंग रियली हार्ड, एंड ट्रस्ट मी इट विल हैपन टू यू टू. एंड मतलब मोमेंट्स जो मैंने बोले हैं, मैंने तो मेन 2 बोले. देयर आर ऑल्सो मेनी सीन्स इन दिस बुक दैट आई डिड नॉट डिस्क्राइब. तो मैं चाहती हूँ दिल से कि आप ये बुक पढ़ो. देयर आर सो मेनी सीन्स दैट विल जस्ट क्रैक यू अप एंड cheer you up. You are feeling low or something, you could definitely pick this book up and read it. I'm not sure कितने की थी ये. I don't think ये ज्यादा की होगी. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I spent my money on a good book. I'm so happy and so proud of myself. And well, the end of the video, because I'm so obsessed with John Green's quote, I'm gonna be sharing the quotes that I loved of him. I'm gonna be reading the quotes out loud from Looking for Alaska. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. Share it with your friends, all of your friends. If you're a teenager, if you're an adult, just share it with them and just force them to read this book. Buy this book right now and read it. You will know what I'm talking about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching it. Stay safe and thank you so much.
I wanted so badly to lie down next to her on the couch, to wrap my arms around her and sleep. Not fuck like in those movies, not even have sex, just sleep together in the most innocent sense of the phrase. But I lacked the courage, and she had a boyfriend. So I walked back to my room and collapsed on the bottom bunk, thinking that if people were rain, I was drizzle and she was a hurricane. I was gawky and she was gorgeous, and I was hopeless and she was endlessly fascinating. You spend your whole life stuck in the labyrinth, thinking about how you'll escape it one day and how awesome it will be, and imagining that future keeps you going. But you never do it. You just use the future to escape the present. Before I got here, I thought for a long time that the way out of the labyrinth was to pretend that it did not exist, to build a small, self-sufficient world in the back corner of the endless maze, and so pretend I was not lost, but home. I've always liked quiet people. You could never know if they are dancing in a daydream or if they are carrying the weight of the world. I mean, it's stupid to miss someone you didn't even get along with. But I don't know, it was nice, having someone you could always fight with. When you stop wishing things wouldn't fall apart, you would stop suffering when they did. People believed in afterlife because they couldn't bear not to. The only way out of a labyrinth of suffering is to forgive. People were created to be loved, things were created to be used. The reason why the world is in chaos is because things are being loved and the people are being used. We are as indestructible as we believe ourselves to be. When adults say teenagers think that they are invisible with that sly, stupid smile on their faces, they don't know how right they are. We need never be hopeless because we can never be irreparably broken. We think that we are invincible because we are. We cannot be born, we cannot die. Like all energy, we can only change shapes and sizes and manifestations. They forget that when they get old, they get scared of losing and falling. But that part of us greater than the sum of our parts cannot begin and cannot end. And so it cannot fail. I know that she forgives me just as I forgive her. Like Thomas Edison's last words were, "It's very beautiful over there." I don't know where there is, but I believe it's somewhere and I hope it's beautiful.